Thanks for staying with us. Now, internet fraud may include spam, scams, spyware, identity theft, phishing, or internet banking fraud. Now, before technological innovation that brought about the internet, the financial fraudsters, popularly known as 419ers, were in operation in Nigeria, especially in commercial cities like Lagos. They were mainly grown-ups, educated and illiterate men and women who specialized in using fax machines to defraud unsuspected foreigners and Nigerians. Now, in the early 90s, they were the big men and women in the society. They commanded respect because of their enormous wealth at their disposal. But unfortunately, some of them were arrested by the anti-graft agency, tried and convicted. They lost some of their assets to the anti-graft agency and have been since struggling for survival. Now, in recent times, with the coming of the internet system, Nigerian youth, especially the undergraduates, have taken to the illicit trade called internet scam. Investigations revealed that this development is responsible for drastic reduction in cultism and in higher institutions, as it has been overshadowed by the widespread cyber fraud. So what is most alarming for us right now is the activities of fraudsters amongst secondary school students. Why is there a rise in secondary school fraudsters? That's our question for tonight. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. All right, so I don't know who I'm going to be starting with. Let me start with Joshua. Hey, the Joshua. So you said you finished school in 2005. I just want to ask a question.
Yeah.
When you were in school, were they classmates of yours that were involved in online scamming?
Not at all. We were no, secondary school back then, we were not into this internet stuff. We never had a phone anyway. So there was nothing like internet fraud then anyway. So, no, in my school. In my school.
What is this?
So I'm not going to say there was.
It was not existing, but it was not in your school.
It was, of course, but not this. Who knows what Yahoo then? Though we hear Yahoo, but we are not,
It was just Yahoo Mail though for you.
Yeah, just Yahoo Mail. Not that I knew people that were doing Yahoo at that age. No, it's not possible. It was just now that is rampant.
So what do you think is causing it now?
My own opinion is really different, honestly, and I have to be very factual. Poverty. When you say poverty, a lot of people will be surprised. Now, poverty make people day. It's poverty.
For children and teenagers?
Honestly. But I'm going to section into three places where we have bad parenting, we have poverty, and we have a very poor educational system. Now, look at, let's start from the house. Charity begins at home. Bad parenting. If your child is well brought up, I'm not sure when they want to mix with other people to do internet fraud, they want to have that courage to want to do it. But a bad child, when you mix up with bad people, you are easily influenced. Like me, I'm never influenced by bad things. If not, I would be doing Yahoo. But this is the thing.
If I see you now, with this your hairstyle.
No.
Yahoo.
Okay, so what do you think your parents did
right, yes.
Right, or differently?
Yeah, my parents always told me the right thing. They always tell me about bad friends. And today, it really
what are you shaking her head?
No, but that's the truth. I can categorically say it helped me till this moment. Bad friends. It's there when you obey your parents. Like, okay, no, I have to be very careful about the kind of friends I'm having. It's going to help you in the future, and it's helping me.
Okay, let me come to Elsie, because there was a Twitter thread that even sparked all this conversation. Maybe you should help us break it down.
Break it down. But the thing is, I am part of those who don't agree with blaming the parents. I know there is bad parenting. I know. it happens.
Yeah.
But there's something Yoruba say, there are children that you don't understand that one. So they're looking at me. Can you help me translate?
You, but it's you who didn't take the training.
So there are children you will tell everything and do everything right, and they will just take the path that whether it is the one they want to follow or is their destiny, however you want to however you want to describe it. It just happens that way, which is also why I'm not happy with the Lagos State law about cultists. When your children is found to be a cultist, the parents would also go to jail. I'm not happy with that law, because you can do everything, and I'm saying this based on experience. Like, you can see 3 children from one family, 2 will be head will be straight, 1 you'll be wondering, how did you people manage this child and what happened? And they didn't really do anything different. It is just the child or the human being at the end of the day, when the person has become an adult, that has chosen the path they want to follow, and good luck with them. So sometimes I do not agree with the idea of it just being parenting. However, yes, parents have their issues. So back to your initial question, when I was in secondary school, I don't think we had them in the school, but I heard stories of my classmates at the time having boyfriends, of course, outside the school, that were doing. So you now hear, I'm trying to remember the term that it was being called then, when you are the person that will pick the call for them. You are the girl that will pick the call when the MAGA calls to sound like a woman.
That's the one I know.
You understand? So I in school then, I hear when people would say, oh, that's the work, I did this job now, and this is how much they will pay me. All they want me to do is just pick the call, and somebody will be, of course, there to tell you what to respond to or what to say, because they were already chatting with whoever the MAGA is, wherever he is, as a woman. So there has to be a woman voice. So you see at the time young girls in senior secondary school doing things like that, having to be the call. I mean, I don't know what they're called, but you get my point.
You front like the person.
That was what I knew was going on at the time. However, the trend we're seeing now, or what people are saying is happening, because to be very honest, I don't have first-hand experience in terms of this situation. I spoke to a few people and they say it's really on the rise. You go to not even Lagos State. I think it's not even rampant in Lagos State. Iske, Ibadan, everywhere. Like, it is not a major Lagos State issue. You will see people that are maybe 15, 16, 17, I see the cars they're driving, you see the life they're living. They might not be making the money in millions per se, but you hear them, oh, we got $1,000, we got 500, just in little bulk, and they keep initiating other people to do these things. So it is becoming a big deal, and I know that I think we have started losing our value system in this country. I also think that social media has a role to play in terms of what our definition of success has become and how fast we think success should be now. We have lost that idea, or we are beginning to lose that idea of walking and climbing from one step to the other to get to that point. So you know what, we see somebody, what do we call it here? It don't blow. We forget, you know, we're having conversation behind the scene when we're talking about some comedians and how, and I had to, at some point I had to, and she had to as well, to say, oh no, this person has been there for a long time. It was just a certain content
video that now blew them
made
up.
the person go viral. But a lot of people do not see that long-time content. They just see that one viral video and they say, this person is big. And before you know it, a lot of people want to be like that person, not knowing the struggle, not knowing that they had to go from point A to point B. I mean, you sitting here today anchoring the show, you have your story. I have my story. I mean, if I start telling my story, it probably won't be enough. This show will not be enough for it, right? I got a message today from a young lady who was telling me that she wants to be an actress, that should help her. I mean, I was wondering why exactly me, because I don't think I've said anything about except maybe writing about their interesting attitudes. I've not done anything in that space, right? So, but a lot of people want to make it, and we do not have that channel of proper mentorship, proper models for the society. And then when you make it, what kind of message are you putting out? Are you letting people understand? So I think that we've lost that value and the idea of what hard work really is to climb to where you want to be. That's what I think.
Okay, so let me come to you, Maury. So tell us the way you were shaking your head when Joshua was talking.
No. Joshua was saying bad parenting. Like Elsie said, I agree that there's bad parenting, but like I also feel bad for parents sometimes because every small thing we're always quick to blame them. Some children have a mind of their own because you will know that this woman is really trying, but you know, maybe because of the environment that you are breeding the child, that you are bringing the child up, or school, because you can't really control all these things. You know, what you're doing at home is a fraction. You don't know what the child is facing on his way to school. You don't know what this child is facing when he's in school, and he's outside most of the time. School is Mondays to Friday, so it's only home Saturday, Sunday. You know, so the parents can only always, you know, do their best.
Yeah,
so I don't think that there's anybody who sat me down and say, don't join bad gang, don't do this, don't. I just knew, you know, by myself that these things
is bad.
And that's how it is for some kids. No matter what you tell them, they're going to go the path of fraud.
That's true.
Do you understand?
That's true.
I feel like the internet now has made it kind
easier.
of worse. You know, because now everybody's saying the Quavo. I wasn't supposed to mention him, but like I've seen all these American artists buy stuff for, you know, their girlfriends. They're buying like really expensive stuff, you know, and then you don't have common sense to know that there's time for everything, you know.
Even the person you mentioned has his story.
And this, you know, these people in the overseas, they don't buy it at once, you know. They collect the thing on loan and they come and pay it small. But they're not going to come and tell you all of that. Like I said, there's a backstory to everything. So I really honestly don't let us be blaming parents.
Tell us your experience in school. What was it like in school?
Okay, so you know how that one all-rounder person that had all like different
kinds of friends.
Yes, you know, but I had my head, you know, settled. I had like the friends that were geeks.
Cross girls.
I had the friends that were crazy. So I had this one guy friend, was not my friend, but you know, we say hi, and then he was into internet fraud. Me, I was even in school when internet was beginning to become a thing. Everybody was on Facebook. It was 2010, I finished secondary school, so the internet was already beginning to gain popularity at that time. So there's this guy, he comes to me, asks me if I want to make quick money. I say, everybody money, because I'm thinking, okay, I used to buy. So what will I do? He said, I'll talk over the phone to somebody. I'll just, he said, he said, I think he spoke Yoruba. Say, sure, they saw phone. Can you speak phone? I said, now, I was doing Anna Montana. And I said, what will I do? He said, I will speak over the phone. I put one and two together. I think that's what we was talking about. I didn't say, oh, you're bad, or you go to, and I think that's how I was able to, you know, have like different type of friends. Yes, yeah. So I didn't say, I just said, I'm not doing that one. They joke playfully, you know, we banter around and they let me go. No hard feelings, no nothing. Until after we finished school, he was still into it. I don't know what his progress is now, you know, what he's doing.
Progress report.
Right? Every time we'll be doing school reunion, he will promise us plenty money. He will not drop money. So I don't really know.
Maga did not pay.
Maga did not pay well.
I don't really know if he's still, you know, really hitting the peak, but we did have people like that in school, and you know.
Wow.
Okay, so my experience with, in school, like I said, I was really naive. But today, when I was having a chat with someone, he works with the service provider where I went to get the line. He was saying to me that, when did I graduate? I told him I said 2000. I said, he graduated in 1990 something. Was it 96 or something? And as far back as then. There was a JSS1. He went to the east. That there was a JSS1 student one time. The entire police, they came with guns and everything. They were looking for this boy. This boy is in JSS1. He was involved in armed robbery.
In the 90s.
Do you understand? Yes, 1995 or so. I think that was the time he said he graduated from secondary school. Horrible. So as at then, the boy, they were looking for him to, you know, for, what's it called? For armed robbery. You know, so he said, so what he was trying to explain to me, that the fact that you did not see it does not mean that some of these things have been in existence.
Yes,
what happened is that the social media has just opened it, and now shed more light, because now we're able to see it, right?
Yeah.
We're able to see
easy access to internet.
Thank you. Then, you know, so it got me thinking many years ago, because I used to volunteer with a foundation until I now started my own foundation. So when I started my foundation, the foundation I volunteered with were focused on only girls. So when I started my foundation, I was talking to both boys and girls. So we go to secondary schools. That's we go to talk to them about sex, abuse, their career path, their vision and everything. So I remember one particular school we went to in Agege. This school, there was a young boy there. He was in SS2. I will not 100% blame it on parents, but if you follow this story, you understand where the parent might be lacking, and they need to learn the right words when it comes to parenting. So the boy was in SS2. He now, after we finished everything, he was so moved. He now came and met me and I said, Ma, please, I want to talk to you. So both of us sat down, because after every session, we do one-on-one counseling. So they line up, we take turns. So I sat down with this boy. He was telling me that he's in SS2, that he's afraid. I said, why? He said, because by the time he gets to SS3, that there are some people that come to their school all the time to pick boys. They buy them a laptop, and they just give it to them, and they start to groom them. That most of his classmates, all of them, most of them are going, they've already, in fact, some of them, as at that SS2, they've collected the laptops already. They were waiting. Then he then said something. He said, but you see, our mothers, our fathers, and our parents, they will tell us that, go to school so that you can make money, you can be rich. He said, so these people will come now and tell them that you don't need to go to school to make money. So you see where the language of parenting comes in. So there's a wrong notion why we tell our children to go to school. It's not because you want to be rich or you want to make money. That's not why you're going to school.
That's true.
You're going to school to get an education so that there are bigger things that are bigger than you that you can achieve and make humanity better for it. So that language alone. So he said to me that, so this is the language that the fraudsters use and say, sure, your parents say, make you go to school, make you make money. So most of them now, they're not even interested in going to university. Why? Because by the time they start, after one deal, two deal, they start to make money. They are able to buy a car for the parents. They're able to buy this. So why do you need to go to school? So, but he was not saying that, and he really wants to go to school. And he does not even know how to tell his parents that this is what is happening, and this is the pressure that they are going to. Do you understand? The girls go and get boyfriends. The boys are harvested from the school for fraud. So you can now imagine. So when you come with the angle of poverty, I hear you 100%, because a lot of times people just feel like the only reason I'm in existence is because I have to make money. Money is not everything, right? There are things that are deeper and bigger. There are better fulfillments than money. But how will people know this? But when there's hunger, hunger blinds you from that.
Well, comfortable people do your own.
Yes, now.
No, wait. There should be a root. There should be a root.
Thank you.
But it starts from somewhere. It starts from poverty,
it could be
then
greed.
It grows into greed.
I don't agree it's poverty.
No, I understand what you're saying, that sometimes people that
some kids
already
just
made.
want more. So your daddy is giving you 5K per week as a student.
Your allowance,
it's okay. But you want to be able to buy like Nikes and all of that.
That time, baggy then you buy that time. You wanted to buy baggy.
So that's not necessarily poverty. You have food. You don't pay for light. You have school fees. Like your parents are hustling and bustling.
Because this whole internet fraud thing is not just from kids that are from poor homes.
But the truth is, if we have an estimate, you'll be surprised that it's poverty. Like
it's more from the
poor people that wants to have money than the rich people.
Okay, so I think we'll take a break because we need to. Elsie touched on internet, social media. She touched on, and it's a very, very big issue, and I think it is also what is fueling this. So we'll probably take that when we come back from the break, and we'll also open our phone lines to hear what you have to say. Stay with us. We'll be right back. If you just tuned in, it's our ladies' night out, and we have a guy with us. And we want to know why there's a rise in internet fraud among secondary school students. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. And our phone line is now open. You can call us on 07025007749. That's the phone in line. So call us, and please, when you do call, keep it within a minute. Try to also turn off the volume of your television set so we can hear you clearly and make your contribution. Thank you. All right, so before we went on the break, I said Elsie touched on that. Because you see, in recent times now, what has been happening now is 50-year-olds celebrating birthday and with SUV. Oh, I was surprised by SUV. I was surprised by SUV. Now they read now. 50-year-olds.
50?
Yes, 50-year-olds. 50 years old now car, 90 they buy.
But 50 should be able
That's
to
5 and 0, right?
Yes, now.
Hey,
you don't get my point. The point I'm making is that it started with women buying women cars. It started with Bone Street or something. The internet just tells you what is going on. So the current trend now is that for every birthday that is being celebrated, it must come with a car. So, and you know, these things bring people under undue pressure, right? So how do we even deal with that? If the young people are seeing it that you are celebrating at 50 or at whatever, you are celebrating and you are excited about getting a car. So how would they? How would it? They don't.
That's quite sad, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Course,
That's
yes,
quite sad.
yes.
It's just sinking in now.
It's sinking to you, right?
Okay. So I think that our orientation and our upbringing as well, and this upbringing is not just about the parents. The things we see and the things that come into us while we grow up would also shape our mindset. I like how she mentioned greed. I always tell people that one of the reasons I am the way I am now is the kind of teaching that I was able to get in church. Forget that I don't go to church now. But
when you were still holy.
I'm a very holy person, even till now. I will blow you. So, while I was in church then, our Sunday school wasn't the regular Sunday school where you will learn the whole story from Genesis to Revelation. You know how it happened. Yeah, that happens. But we had things broken down. We were opportune to also listen to the teachings from the man of God himself, and not just what whoever was relegated to teaching children. You know, even if they have to now break it down at some point, he comes in and have conversations, and he just had interesting words. And maybe I just need to mention him. He's late now.
TV Joshua.
Who I am today is a factor of the molding that came from him and the words, and telling you, you know what, you don't really need so much to survive in this life. Like, if you have a roof over your head, you can feed, you can at least help one or two people. I mean, why exactly do you want to drive a Lamborghini? I'm not saying if you have it, it's not bad, you know, but why is that your goal? Why is that why you are toiling? Why is that the reason you wake up in the morning? At the end of the day, when that Lamborghini is packed and you enter into it, what else? The tuke where they drive. The road where your Lamborghini go past is still the road that my own will pass. I'm not saying the good things of life is not good, right? I'm not saying the good things of life is not something you should have if you can afford it, but that cannot be the only reason or the one thing that you are chasing and chasing and chasing to get. So we need to actually go back to the drawing board to begin to define our values and what we have passed across to people, which of course, like I said, social media is one thing that if you are not fully grounded and you get on that platform, you will be lost. Because you pick there's a lot of information to consume.
Too much. But do you think so the older people now, do you think we have failed this generation? Is it X now they call them, or Y?
Z.
No, not Z. Not be us be Gen Z.
No.
I want
See
to know.
I'm millennial.
They are not Gen Z.
So Gen Z. Do you understand? So do you think let me come to Joshua. Do you think we have failed the Gen Z? Because we are the ones projecting, you know, because when I see 50-year-olds buying cars and I mean, those are the things. And again, I don't understand
when
that.
person wake 9 in the morning.
But wait,
let's also leave that.
Let's leave that part. But let me say something else. You see, why I say that is because I drive different cars. I can drive a 2K today, and I'll buy I drive an SUV tomorrow. Do you understand? And I see the switch, right?
In the way people address
In the way people address me when I'm driving my 2K farm car, and I'm driving.
Can I just add to that? So if I'm going into certain places, you know how security people want to, and I maybe just walk in, nobody, you know, my 500 naira is intact in my pocket. But if I drive in, madam, hey, everybody wants to carry your bag.
Do you understand?
So go ahead.
So I'm coming to Joshua. So where do you think we have failed? Because I love where Elsie took the conversation about saying that we need to reshape and we need to. Why is Mori?
Mori, what the fuck?
Okay, Mori, come. Go ahead. Mori, go ahead.
Speak out right.
Because I don't think if a 50-year-old person wants to post their car, let them post their car now. So because of a Gen Z that don't have sense, somebody who has worked hard all their life should not, you can't really help everybody, you know. So me, I've come to the conclusion that these things are supposed to happen. They're supposed to be good, they're supposed to be bad. So, like, if you try and wrap your head around it, it doesn't make sense. It's almost as though you are seeing fire. You know this thing clearly and you are walking into it. So, I can't, it's not really the fault of the 50-year-old.
True.
Which also worked all their lives.
Back to what I
So, you
said.
should have common sense. I know that if I don't want to be poor when I'm 50, if I want to be able to have you should look forward to buy the car when you're 50. Okay, at least maybe when you're 30.
Not now.
They are not ready to buy. You don't get my point. They
I
say
also think about the value
And that's
of
not the, that's not
hard
the
work
fault
that
of
we
the
don't have.
50-year-old. You don't understand.
No, okay,
But-
yeah, I
but-
get what
but
you're saying.
It is based on influence. And I feel when they see a 50-year-old and sampling big cars, you know, they want to be like that, regardless of...
and they want to be like that now.
Regardless of
that's
Which
their
is what I'm
age.
talking about,
That's not the fault
forgetting
of
the
the
role of hard work.
poster.
Exactly, but
You don't
I
understand.
can't blame. But you see, most times we influence so much. Just like now we have so much internet and stuff, and people they have easy access to internet, and it's what you see, you are influenced by. And if you post, you know, so much swag and that, and these hungry kids see it, they're already influenced. So I think maybe we can maybe
Tone it down.
No,
Thank
wait,
you, Joshua.
See,
Don't
I don't
use
have any
hungry.
issue. Listen, I don't have any
Use
issue.
hungry kids.
No,
It's not
okay,
only hungry
okay.
kids.
I don't have any
See,
issue
Uwa.
with anybody posting their
Lifestyle.
buildings, their, you know, but you know, to a certain level, we should try to maybe limit.
Do things in moderation.
You know,
Okay.
you saw. I don't want to mention names, but an Instagram celebrity,
Hold on, let him
you know, that
finish.
was posting cars and all those stuffs, and you see people are some, let me say the youths,
Pressured.
they are pressured into, I want
Why
to
are
have
you
that.
pressured?
We will come to that.
Well,
like they
I
want
have an
to.
example. Okay, but when you're done.
I want to have what he has, you know, but then now waiting I see I the fall for is easy. If I don't post my house, someone is not going to feel
Somebody is
that
okay.
pressure to want to like have.
Sometimes people are not even posting their houses.
But I still don't have any
they want
problem
to
with.
pepper anybody.
You know, you're right. But I don't have any issue with someone trying to post.
See, let me tell you something.
They even post it for good. Like
Some people is even motivation. See,
Yeah.
in Babcock, because I went to Babcock in around like 2016. So there's some group of girls. Every summer they travel. And at that time, I even waited 2 years at home before I went to school. So I was 2 years older than them. So maybe they were like 15. And these kids had 4,000 travel allowance. At 15, $4,000. So if you are traveling, their parents is giving them $4,000. In Babcock, school fees was like 720K. That time, these people will collect times 2 and name it as school fees. But they still had sugar daddies. Because with their parents, you fly normal class. With the sugar daddies,
You find business
class.
class. So that's where you say greed comes in.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter who posts what.
Whether
Somebody
it's
that
poor
will
or
go
rich
left
family.
will go left.
Yeah.
So there's really, I don't know what we can do.
Okay, let me come to Elsie. Elsie has been itching to talk.
I also think that we are suffering from something someone I interviewed one time called incomplete stories.
Okay.
Right? And how he explained it is a situation whereby, for example, I would not say don't post, but when you post or when you talk about, or if you pick up a CEO today to say, how did you get to where you are? They cannot give you the story.
This is good.
They will tell you it is God. Everything, it is God.
God.
What was, which is why I don't attend seminars or I don't
All
have
those
that
coaching
energy.
classes.
What is the practical step? What happened? As I'm sitting out here, yes, I'm here, but I can tell you the
How
suffer
you
I
got here?
suffered in even from the 2004 that I said I left secondary school. I can give, even if I can't give you the full gist, it is still in my memory. I don't have amnesia. Right? They cannot tell you how they got from point A to point B, and these people are supposed to be the influence that a lot of people look up to, the mentors that a lot of people look up to. When your stories are not clear, they are not consistent, you don't understand. It's sounding like Chidima's story now that we are hearing ABC everywhere. You don't know how you got, or what step or what opportunity you took to get here. You can't share that story again, maybe because you know the deals
That you did behind the scene.
you know, and these are the people over there. Then there is really nothing for people to look up to in terms of being a true role model. You cannot go to the internet now, especially in this part of the world, and look for a document or a proposal document of maybe one of the biggest deals and find it, because everything here is done in secrecy, and even the ones that are sincere will tell you, make not tell another person, so that the person knows. So we need to begin to appreciate hard work, and also those that want to be out there, share their story in a way that inspires people.
So you don't just post, so it's not like you write the story behind.
But the people, again, that bloggers and media people pay attention to, are they really the people they need to pay attention to? Because you see things that are clearly irresponsible, but that is why bloggers are ready to magnify it, because again they know that that is what people want to see. But I also don't want to buy into the idea of that's what people want to see, because if the whole platform in this country decides to amplify things that are motivating, people will look at it. They will not say, no, we will leave Nigeria and move to another country because we want to see things that are degrading people. So I think a lot has to be done, from value to having real people as role models, to also the media, what they project, and what we also pay attention to as a people.
But I don't want to completely disregard what Joshua said, because he made a very valid statement. And I remember that when Don Jazzy, I'll call his name because he said it, I remember that time. When he used to wear all the flashy things, and he now realized that it seemed like some people were going to go and do things because they wanted to look like Don Jazzy. I remember then he came out to say that he was only going to be wearing robes or something. He changed his entire wardrobe. I mean, if you can remember that story. I remember that clearly, that he did that. He said not because people do not understand. They just see a flashy person and they think, that he needed to bring it down so that they let them also get that it's okay. Even if it is abaya that you have to wear, just wear it, right? He was trying to shape the minds of the young people that were around at that time, and the people that were following him on Instagram. I remember he did that post. It's just I cannot have the clear words for what he said, but he did that because not for him, but for the people that were watching and the people that were following him. So I understand where Joshua is coming from. There is also a responsibility on our part. Right?
I don't even think it's just for him, for people that follow him. I think because if you sit him down now and ask him sincerely, is your life not better? Honestly, because these things that we are chasing, you have to wear. If you're not wearing the biggest designer, you're not looking good. If you're not wearing bone straight, because people are like, who is wearing bone straight now? I'll go and kill myself because I want to wear.
I will tell you how I got the bone straight, but let me take Sam from Abuja. Me, I have story. Everything I see, I have. I can tell you the story. Sam, thank you for calling us. Let's hear what you have to say.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, God bless you. For everything the government has paid us. Because when I attended government school, I was disciplined in government school. There was checkmate in secondary school in those days. But today there's no checkmate. Children are now attending private school. In those days, when you go to government schools, those who went to boarding school, I myself, I didn't attend boarding school anyway, but I was a day student. I know that we're big checkmate. We have a supervisor then who went, I don't know, I don't experience this one is called DSS, whatever. But there was no checkmating. There was checkmating, I mean to say. Then again, this thing that we are talking about, we have started time in memory, it's in the Bible. Check the story of Job, the children of Job, the one that was wiped out by storms. Read their story and see that those children, they were wayward. They were stupid, they were wayward, and that was what caused problems to Job, because of the attitude of the children. So it doesn't start today. So it all depends on individual differences and from the home where we came from. If you choose to be good, if you choose to be bad, that is all for you. A lady said there are three children to be from a family. Two could be good and one could be nuisance. It's always in every family, if you check it, there must be one nuisance among us.
Black sheep.
God bless you.
Thank you, Sam. So I don't want us to, because we have barely 8 minutes to wrap up this conversation. Right? What is the way forward? What do you think a solution can be? Because we can't lose our children in the name of, what's it called? money, because all of these things at the end of the day is just to buy house, buy car, mofera, moto. Because you see this thing outside of all of these things, at least I hear that Yoruba, mofera, moto. You know, when you listen to our artists, music videos, when you listen to even movies, right? A lot of things is, we don't have real stories anymore. I mean, Taste by Moonlight, you know, all those things where you sit down, they'll not tell you the moral of the story is that you should not steal, the moral of the story that you should not lie. All of those things are all eroded, right? So how do you think we can tackle this from the point of, what's it called, probably introducing better options for these children? Because the truth is, these people have actually painted a very perfect and sweet picture for them. So you don't need to go to school to make money. Shey your papa tell you say go school so if you make money. Don't worry, you don't need to go to school. Just come. You will start to buy house.
But were you not told this same thing when you?
Nobody told me.
That go to school to make money.
No, my mother didn't tell me. My father did not tell me to make money.
Why were you going to school at the time?
Go to school and be better in your life now. Not that I should go and make money.
What was the definition of being better in life?
And so that you have better opportunities. Not like it you.
What would the opportunity?
You can work and well.
See,
my mom was going to school to become a
doctor
so that you can be like important one day. So it was not necessarily make money. Nobody told me anything. I'm not going to lie to you.
So how do you think we can tackle the solution?
I've been tackling this from the beginning of this conversation.
The thing is beyond tackling, but we can actually limit it. You know, we can limit the.
We can limit it, right? But you know what? Let me take Femi quickly from Ibadan, then I'll come back to you. Hi, Femi. Thank you for calling. Let's hear what you have to say. Femi, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. You're live.
Okay. My contribution is that the Bible says, train up a child in the way in which he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. There's a window of opportunity from the age of 0 to about 14. After that age, it only takes God, through a miracle, to change the child back. But that, unfortunately, that is the period that we run after money. We want to make our career work. We want to, and we neglect them. We want to now pick them up after 14. Even science, if you look at psychiatry, psychology, it confirms it. So whatever we can do between the ages of about 0 to about 14, that's where the values are formed. And when they are old, they will not depart from it, whether it's good or bad.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Femi. So it's 07025007749. That's the number to call. So this train up your child in the way you should go when he's old, you know, depart from it. This way. Let me leave it there.
No, he's right.
Yeah, so the thing is, our parents really trained some of us up in the way we should go. But when we went old, we departed from it. The thing is, see, a child will always derail. I don't believe in, if a child makes a mistake, you kill the child. No. I believe that if you have instilled the right value, even when the child derails, the child will find their way back home, right? So it's very important. Your job is not to do your job. Just plant the right seed. That's all. It's not your job to make that seed germinate or bear fruit. It is your job to just plant the seed and leave it there.
I also think that we should just think of our value system in general and how to make it better in terms of not just thinking about the money, and looking at what value we bring to the table and how the child holds on to that value growing up. Because even if you say do this and not do that, your child will mingle with other children out there. You cannot guarantee what will happen. You don't know how their mingling would affect their reasoning as well. So it is important for us to go back to also, I want to say something earlier in regards to even adults that would say they are not into internet fraud. Have you noticed how a lot of people do not value working? Maybe we need to have a conversation later on, bring someone that will talk about, maybe HR, that will talk about the drama that is faced in the work environment, where people are so entitled to that salary and not the work that would move the organization forward, and the ensure that the salary comes out, right? So it's a cancer that keeps eating deep, and it's not just the children. It's about how even the Bible that everybody likes quoting, the Bible and Quran says it. You have to work. I can't remember the verse now, but it goes around saying something about how wants
Faith
you.
without
and
work is
not
dead.
even faith without work. He was specific about the work that puts food on your table, and you ensuring that it is done well and done properly. Because in doing that, you are also serving God.
You're right.
Do you understand? So when we do not even pick the very important part of the Bible, and we only pick the part that helps us back the way of life we have chosen to live, then how do we even move forward? It's easy for us to pick and choose and just quote the Bible when we want to do things that are not right. But when we are supposed to use it to create value, ensure that people are doing the right thing, we don't remember the Bible.
Absolutely. We have a comment quickly. It is interesting how life plays out. We ran out of time. You have a comment quickly.
Oh yeah, I do. So this person says, hello, good evening. I'm CJ, tuning in from PH. Shout out to our Niger Barcelona president, Joshua. Okay. In my opinion, social media has contributed to the massive rise in internet fraud, mostly amongst the millennials, you people. Most of them want and desire flashy and trendy things. The guys want to get all the girls, show off, and most of the girls only want to hang around guys with the money. Guys that can get them the iPhones and the expensive wigs, like who has Bond Street. This just adds further pressure on these guys to make lots of money quick. A 17 to 20-year-old, instead of focusing on his career after school, now just wants to live the La Vida Loca life they see on social media.
We also need to go back to the economy, because the way the economy is going is also fueling how our value system is going down.
Wanted to mention
So in
that.
Senate lines, you see all the secondary school children, when they go on holiday and all, the jobs that you are seeing that adults now have to make do with the job in working with eateries are the kind of work that you send
young people, McDonald's, that's their immediate job.
You send them to learn a level of to learn something
How
that has
to
to
earn
do
money.
with, you know, that's how you groom that. But now you can't even send your child there because an adult
man is working
somebody that
in
graduated from school 10 years ago is working there because there is no job.
Joshua, quickly, like in 1 second, what do you think?
Let's go back to the roots. It's as simple as that. And I feel to curb this internet fraud, I think, you know, I wanted to call the government, but, you know, when you start mentioning government, it'd be as if you came here with agenda. But the truth is, if we have a system that is working, we won't be having all these long stories.
Absolutely.
The system has failed. Now the question is, how can we
work it back?
You know, how can we, regain the system back? It's beyond repair, and it's going to take only God knows.
It is where, Maury, I'm not coming to you, don't worry.
So when they ask me,
we'll keep the conversation going. So before we go, follow us. Thank you, ladies, and thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very
Before we
much.
go, follow us on social media. It's at WayShowAfrica on Instagram. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, we're planning a giveaway to say thank you to you for watching Ways. And so do ensure you follow us on Instagram. When you see us dancing on Instagram, that's not how we are on real life. Don't be deceived. All right, so your belief, if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Your belief become your thoughts become your words become your actions becomes your habit, and your habits become your value become your destiny. We'll see you live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Enjoy. Enjoy.